Welcome to the Wealthwise show, where financial wisdom meets the road to prosperity. Get ready to embark on a journey to make wise financial decisions and unlock the secrets of building lasting wealth. I'm your host, the Wise Investor, and just as a disclaimer, go get some compliance out the way. This podcast is intended for educational purposes only. It is not intended to be tailored personal advice, because I don't give personal advice on the internet. So keep that in mind as you continue to listen to this podcast. That is for educational purposes only. And if you hear a product like a service or a company, anything like that, I'm not endorsing them unless they're sponsoring the show. Well, then it's an endorsement. So just keep that in mind as you get into today's episode of the Wealthwise Show. Alrighty, guys. Welcome to another wonderful episode of the Wealthwise Show. I'm your host, the Wise Investor. I appreciate you guys coming back again for episode 19. Get compliance out of the way. This is for educational purposes only, guys. I am not your advisor unless I am your advisor, and then you shouldn't be getting advice from me on the internet. You should be talking to me. And don't do what I say because I said it, because, I'm not telling you to do anything. I want you to do your own research. I want you to make your own wise decisions and think for yourself on what you should do to help benefit your financial journey. So everything I say here is for educational purposes only. Any companies I may mention, no endorsements, no. I'm not saying go buy them, go sell them. I'm just speaking. Any personal opinions are my own, and they're not to be taken as personal advice. So today's episode, I wanted to talk about why investing at a young age. Did last week's episode and about the $1,000, and I got to thinking, the earlier you start to invest is the better. So why don't people invest earlier more often? Well, because they don't really understand why it's important and why it's advantageous to invest earlier. So that's what this episode is going to talk about. And I'm going to go from, infancy all the way up until adulthood to middle age. So let's get started. First, foremost, you parents, if you have children or you have infants, there's tons of ways you can start investing for them. You can do custodial accounts where, you are in charge of the investments. It's in the account is in the name of your child, but you can control the investment side. So, if they are an infant, and let's say you don't got a lot of money, because I know I like to go back and forth with my stories, but this is important. So, I grew up poor, just like a lot of people, which is fine. I didn't know I was poor until I got around people who claimed they weren't poor and made me feel poor, but that's neither here or there. And I understand how life can be really tough when it comes down to finances, especially when you don't have a lot and you have kids. I was raised by a single mother, and she was on Social Security disability in her late 20s. So 4 kids, disabled, only on fixed income. I understand the meaning of tight when it comes down to money. So I know when I say, parents, if you have kids, invest for your parents, and you say, oh, well, that's nice, but I don't have it. You're right. You don't have it. But I'm going to help you learn how to get it. So this first part is going to be dedicated to all you parents out there who don't have it. I'm going to help you get it. So there are tons of ways when people think of investing, they think, oh, well, I need large sums of money. No, You can start with a lot of money, like $1, and that'll be fine. So, like I said a few episodes ago, there are tons of brokerage accounts and our brokerage firms that offer zero commission on their equities or in their stocks. So, take advantage of that. I don't want to say their name again because that's like 2 weeks or 3 weeks in a row, but they're not sponsoring anything. So there is a company out there that will automate your investing experience and dollar cost average for you. So even if you put $5 a month into your child's custodian account from infancy, that can make a huge difference for that child when they get 16, 17, 18. Even if it took you 18 years to help grow their account $5,000. Think about what you could have done with the financial literacy that you're getting now, plus $5,000 at 18. So even if you don't have a lot, a little something can go a long way. And you don't have to give, everything, just a little something. If the tax time come around, I tell people all the time, if tax season come around, you have kids, you get the tax credits. If you've been living your life a certain way all year, don't switch up when the tax season comes around. Now's not the time to act like you got it, because you clearly don't have it, because you would have had it all throughout the year. So put a little something away in your children's custodial accounts. And you can do self-directed. So you don't have to go to someone like me to open up a custodial account. You can go to many different brokerages. You can go to E-Trade. You can go to Schwab. You can go to TD Ameritrade, which is, I think, now Schwab. Schwab is Charles Schwab, by the way. It's an investment bank. I just like the word Schwab. I'm sorry. Can I say Schwab one more time? Schwab. All right. I said it twice, but it was nice. Yeah, you can go to these different investment banks, open up a custodial account in your child's name, and just put something away. Like I said in the last episode, dollar cost average. It can be a little something here, a little something there. It can be a little extra money. You can find $5 on the ground. I know that never happens, but it could. You can save your coins. Like every time you spend some money, you got change left. Put it in the change jar, and once you get enough, go turn it into cash. Put that cash into your kid's portfolio, and that can make a real difference. Now, like I said before, my mom had 4 kids. So you're talking about $5 a kid a month. That's $20 a month. That's a lot. That's a lot of money times 20. So I get where you might, I probably can't do $5 a month. But how about $20 every 3 months? Split with how many kids you got, every 3 months. Or actually, no, I'll take that back. $5 for this kid this month, $5 for this kid the next month, $5 for that kid the other month, $5, and just, do it like that. And custodial accounts, like I said, they should be free to open. If they're charging to open them. And yes, put a little something away into the S&P 500 every month, whatever you can. And whenever you get a lump sum of money and your bills are like, you got enough money to pay all your bills for 2 months, put a little something extra into those accounts. They want something, and you can't afford it. Hey, look, I can't afford it, but you will when you get older, because I'm putting some money away for you. Gifts, instead of buying extravagant gifts and toys and, clothes, put some up into their custodial account. And that would give them a better shot than we were given growing up. Because when I say we, I'm 30. So I'm talking to the people who are just not becoming. I'm not a parent. I am married though, and A lot of my peers that I grew up with are now having kids. So yeah, I'm talking to you. And so, give them a better shot. So that's it for the parents. Making sure you put something away, dollar cost average, even if it's $5, even if it's $2, just put something in there every month and invest it. And what that can do is compound. So when they get and teach them about this investing, teach them, hey, this is what I've been doing every month. When they start asking for stuff, oh, let me show you what I'm doing for you. That way they can understand and learn, like, hey, what I'm doing is called dollar cost averaging, son or daughter. And what this does is every time I put some money in there, you make more money as the year go on. And every year you make more money. And that helps snowball to the point where you can go buy that Nintendo or that PlayStation. You probably can't buy it now because I'm in control of it. But when I hand this account over to you at 18, you can buy whatever you want to buy. But hopefully if you install in them that wise investment and money management, they won't do that. So show them how compounding can really help them grow their money. So by the time they're 16 and they got their first job, hey, I'm already putting $5 a month in there for you. So whatever you making, especially if you're living in my house, put a little extra into your account. If I'm putting 5, you put 20. And go ahead and install in them to start investing every time, every month, every paycheck, every time they get $1, which is a lot of money, they're going to put it into their account. And let them know the advantages of it is simple. You have more time. Like if you're 16, you're young, you're strong, you got energy, you have a lot more working years. So even if you turn 18 and you blow all this money that I worked so hard to help you get, and you still got many years ahead of you to reinvest and grow your account to where you don't have to work as hard when you get to retirement age. So you can take on more risks when you're younger because you have the time to make it up. And a lot of times when you're young, especially if you are one of those parents who really kind of trusting their kids, they have to learn by doing. And when they learn about doing, that means they're going to make mistakes. So when you're doing it young, you can make all your mistakes at an early age. So that way, when you're 30, 45, 50, those mistakes are gone. You already paid for them. And now everything else is just straight profit. And when you're younger, you're a lot more tech savvy. Like each generation with the new technology that comes out, they're already on it. And so understanding, keeping up with the date to like with this new AI thing is going on and different things like that. If AI is like this now, imagine what it's like when your kid is 15, 18, 20. So they will be able to understand a lot more, as they get older than, you would now. And that knowledge can be really used for new, like, hey, I'm already been investing you in indexes, but what's going on in the world. So if Microsoft is about to buy Chat GPT RX 3000, and I don't really understand what that is, but you understand what that is, and you understand what that's going to do to technology growing forward. Hey, take the chance and invest in it because you are young and you can take those risks. So, and you have more working years. So yes, you can take more risks because you're young, but you more likely going to be working for another 20, 30 years, which is a lot. So if 18 years of putting $5 in got you this X amount of money, imagine what you can put in when you're working for yourself and your career and things like that. And you're 45. You see how that can really help grow. So there's a lot of benefits to starting early when it comes down to investing for your future, and teaching that to your kids at an early age, especially when they understand the concept of money. And that's what I mean. Understand the concept of money. And how that works is they understand risk to reward, and they understand action and reaction, where, hey, if I do this action, I'm going to get rewarded. So if I go clean the room, I'm going to get an allowance. If I go mow the lawn, I'm going to get an allowance. Kids don't, some of them, I don't know. I'm not a kid no more, so I don't know what they do. But a lot of times they don't do things just for the fun of it, especially when it comes down to chores. So if they understand the concept of, put your toys up so I can get a popsicle, then they can start learning about investing, because that's all it is. We are trained to move something, get rewarded. That's how everyone's trained, and that's how you work. Like, people are at jobs that they hate because they understand that if they do this job that they hate, they get paid. If they get paid, they can eat. If they can eat, they can be happy. And that's, unfortunately, the life we live. So teaching your kids early on how to, the concept of money, the concept of investing, and doing it for them, and showing them that you're doing it for them, and then showing them how to do it themselves, that's generational changing. And so that's going to be it, guys, for this episode. Understand that, starting early when you have kids are going to really help them in the future. And take advantage of a lot of this stuff now, especially with high interest rates, because that can really help speed along that portfolio growth. So like I said, educational purpose only. Don't do what I say unless you're my client. And if you're my client, you should be talking to me, not listening to me. Oh, listen to me, but you know what I'm saying. Anywho, guys, that's it. Thank you for another great episode. I'm going to, go do something with my life. And that's it, guys. I appreciate you guys listening. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, this has been a great one. Until next time, stay Wealthwise. Investment advisory and financial planning services offered through Simplicity Wealth and SEC Registered Investment Advisor. Sub-advisory services are provided by Simplicity Solutions, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Any insurance, consulting, and education services offered through the Wealthwise Show. The Wealthwise Show is not affiliated with Simplicity Wealth and Simplicity Solutions.